Welcome to the mind of Pri. We are back again to discuss whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Here we go. So, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We are here for episode 4. And make sure you follow me on all of my social media. Instagram, Grand Prix Music. Facebook, you can type in Grand Prix. Mind of Pri is my fan page. You could tweet me Grand Prix Music. Let me know your thoughts. Agree, disagree. Definitely down to have intellectual conversation, dialogue about it. So today I want to talk about the whole feminist movement and the Kendrick Lamar being attacked situation due to his video Humble. If you have not seen the video, basically it's an entire 3-4 minute video. However, there's a couple lines that are causing a lot of controversy. Basically, there's a period in the video where he addresses women using Photoshop to make themselves look better and says he wants a natural woman to look a certain type of way. Now, what's got crazy is he's actually being attacked by a lot of feminist movements that say that this was a very male-centric point of view, and they basically went in on him. And I saw this, what made me decide to speak on this, there was a website called dollarfro.com, and when she did this entire article about it, in which a lot of what she said was like, basically they were saying that's not the proper way to uplift women. And I thought it was crazy. I thought it was ultra sensitive and that they're attacking him. And it was kind of crazy because their whole underlying premise is, you know, to uplift women. He was basically saying that's like him trying to put women in a box and tell women what he thinks they should look like for him to consider them beautiful. And that's crazy to me, like on so many levels. Let's look at them. First and foremost, one, I feel like these women movements, you know, why, if a lot of these movements promote a lot of women independence, you don't need a man, etc. So if all of these things are the case, why are you looking to the men to justify the woman upliftment in these things? Why are the women artists not being held to these same standards? Where was all these feminist and women movements when the two biggest female rappers at the time, in Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma, were clashing at each other? Why weren't y'all promoting that that's not how you uplift women then? You know what I'm saying? So it's very hypocritical. It seems like they're very meticulous and strategic on when they choose their battles. And I think it's hypocritical because here's the underlying premise. So basically you're saying that they were saying that if a female wants to use Photoshop, she should be able to do so, because if that's what makes her look good for herself, she should be able to do that. If a woman doesn't want to use Photoshop, she should be able to do that, whatever. And so a lot of these women are fighting for the right to be able to look how they want and not be judged or compartmentalized. However, this man is presenting his art in the way he sees fit, yet you're attacking him. How is that not the same thing? It's his art. It's his world, how he sees it. And it's like, they're saying one thing that she pointed out was like, in a way to uplift women. Let me actually read a screenshot of this. Men are praised for doing the bare minimum, and quite frankly, I'm tired of that. It's time to raise the bar. It's time that men's efforts to empower women don't stop at telling us we're beautiful without makeup. In retrospect, that's a shallow way to uplift women. By shifting the narrative from women must look like this to no, actually I want a woman to look like this, it shows that you're still placing a great value of women's worth on the way she looks. Okay. But all he did was point out that this is what he thinks is attractive. So it's like, all he's saying is this is what I like. Why is he not allowed to say what he likes on his platform and his art? You get what I'm saying? Like, how is that fair? And this is something I don't understand. There's other parts where basically they're saying that to truly uplift women, you should just say, no matter what you look like, you're beautiful. So let's be realistic here. If I walk into a club and I talked to one female, and she's short, dark skinned, and plus size, and said, "You are the perfect woman to me. No, nothing looks better than you." And then I go talk to a female standing next to her, that's tall, light skinned, and slim, and say, "You are the perfect woman. Nothing looks more beautiful than you." They're gonna look at each other and say, "Well, how do you think he's a perfect woman, and she's a perfect? How she's a perfect woman and she's a perfect woman when they both completely look opposite?" You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I'm just kind of talking off the brain here, but it just doesn't make sense. And it completely contradicts the underlying um foundation and textures of what rap is built upon, R&B is built upon, country is built upon, and soul is built upon, because these genres of music are built to tell their story from their point of view of how they feel. If you're from the Bronx, you rap about being from the Bronx, the lingo you use, what's cool down there. When Cash Money came out, it was okay. Well, down here in the South, our girls wear bangles and shorts and blah blah blah. But if you're from up north in New York, you may say, well, we wear Timberlands, we wear this. This is what we think is fly. This is what we think is dope. So why can't someone say this is what I like? Why can't an artist say this is what I think is attractive? But the moment he does that, and because he said he doesn't prefer the Instagram model fake body type, he likes a female with stretch marks, etc. And it's not, at that point now it's not welcomed. You don't want that type of validation because it's still a misogynistic point of view. Like, that's crazy to me. And really, it seems like some of those movements, they have no real solution, and it's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, to appeal to everyone and say everybody's beautiful is not a realistic point of view in the world. It's not a realistic point of view in art or music. There's no way to express that. And if there was, it wouldn't be. Those would strip away the same things that made Kendrick Kendrick, just like any artist. You get what I'm saying? So it's really ridiculous. Like, it's really ridiculous. And I've had the conversation a few times, and I still don't understand the point in which they stand on. And even when you read this article, in which I'll probably put a link of the article below, she just basically comes off like an extremely single, angry, bitter female. And it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Let me see if I can get a couple additional excerpts from this article to show you, but it's truly a hypocrisy. It's truly a hypocrisy on what the things that they're saying they stand for versus the box that they're trying to put this man in for expressing himself in his platform and his art. And it's hypocritical to me because I don't see these same feminist women coming out for other things that are clearly obvious. They don't hold their other females to that accountability. The one female that she, for instance, preference that does try to uplift women, like Rhapsody, well, shouldn't y'all spend more time trying to promote Rhapsody to that higher level versus busting down Kendrick if that's truly what you believed? You know, I just don't get it. I don't get where sometimes they're coming from on this, and a lot of men don't. Even black intelligent men, it doesn't. Here's another excerpt. A lot of times men claim they prefer a woman's natural state over makeup and such, but men also notoriously make fun of women's natural bodies. They call women with small breasts boys. They mock women's acne when they see her without makeup. They also repulse at a woman's body hair. Most of the time, they want the natural remark when men only refers to women they deem as attractive. That's self-serving and shows that it's not really about wanting a woman to feel comfortable in their natural state, but about filtering out which women they truly find attractive without makeup, weave, and so on. All right, so here we go. And this is the part that was truly contradictory to me about if that movement feels so strongly about it, why are you looking to men for validation? Why don't you hold your women artists, your women, the women artists, the woman should be accountable then for that. So why aren't y'all coming down on Nicki Minaj like this? Why aren't y'all coming down on a Remy Ma like this? Why aren't you coming down on your female artists? Let me read this excerpt. Here's the thing. Women's empowerment is not about what Kendrick wants. In fact, it's not about what men want. It's about what women want for themselves and people respecting that. So if a woman wants to use Photoshop on her photos, that's fine. If she doesn't want, that's fine as well. If a woman loves a good sew-in, gel set, and makeup, that's cool. So basically you're saying, okay, so it's about what the women want for themselves. So look to your women for that inspiration. Once you can list all these things that a woman can do. If it's fine to Photoshop, it's fine not to Photoshop, it's fine to do gels, it's fine to do sew-ins. Why can't a guy say, okay, of all these things, this is my preference. Of all these things, this is what I like to see. Who are you to take away that voice from somebody else, especially another artist? You're being a hypocrite. So you want to be able to Photoshop, do all these things, no matter how you feel, and want to be accepted for it, but you don't want to allow the male to choose at that point which one of those things he wants to champion? Who are you to tell me which one of these type of females I want to be my queen, or who I want to be the apple of my eye? You know what I'm saying? So Kendrick was merely expressing that, yet they took that as a platform to tear that man down and attack him. It's completely hypocritical. Completely hypocritical. And for that, I don't respect it. And that's why I think a lot of times some of the complaints and gripes that come from that space fall on deaf ears, because the argument in itself isn't on solid foundation. It's really not. It's not. It just isn't. By shifting narrative from women must look like this to no, actually I want a woman to look like this, it shows that you're still placing great value on a woman's worth on the way she looks. Women's empowerment is not just about telling a woman that she looks as pretty as is. It's also about actively creating safe affirmation spaces for women. By shifting narrative from men find this unrealistic mode of women attractive to, well, actually now men find this realistic mode of women attractive, still centers men and still objectifies and pushes women into margins. So basically, no matter what he do, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't fucking matter. Don't matter. Whatever you do, she's gonna have an issue with it. That space of woman's gonna have an issue with it. So you can't win. You can't win. You can't win. That's in all other words, that's all that is to be extracted from it. No matter what you do, she's gonna find something to nitpick about and complain about. And that is the reality between Venus versus Mars, and why a lot of times the complaints of some of the movements that come from this area on women fall on deaf ears, or nothing gets done, because it's, you do this and you have a complaint, and then the guy's gonna go, okay, well, if not A, then B, and then you have a response or rebuttal as to why B is not good enough. So then he says, well, now I'll do C, and then you have a response to why C is not good enough. You can't make him happy. You just can't. You can't. You're talking in fucking circles. You're talking in circles. And I'm more than happy to go back and forth with anybody who believes otherwise, because this is ridiculous. Delafro, no. You're not. I mean, this is just a space of this is coming from someone that will never be satisfied, and is probably not happy in her current situation. Let's just keep it 100. When I say not happy in her current situation, I shouldn't say that. Like, I don't know her life. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of common underlying things that happen with women that write from this type of space. They're either usually single, they usually have a certain type of nappy headed. They're usually single. They usually have a certain type of sister soldier, you don't need a man mentality. And this is my thing, is if this is from the same space of someone that'll try to rally up all the women and say, women, we could be independent, we don't need no man. And if you really believe that, then why are you so upset about what this man just said? It shouldn't even matter then. You didn't need a man, right? Come on, make up your mind. That's too hypocritical in too many different spaces when they come in and attack people with this type of shit. It just doesn't make sense. And when it doesn't make sense, a guy's not about to keep hearing you out when you don't even logically have a logical answer. Like, I mean, even what she just said, like, a woman must look like this. No, a woman must not. So if you say a woman must look like this, that's a problem. to no, actually, I want a woman to look like this, you're still placing value on a woman's worth on the way she looks. So I can't tell you how to look. That's wrong. I can't tell you how I want you to look. That's wrong. So I just should have no opinion at all. I should just say, well, however the fuck you look is this cool. Whatever, bitch. Your hair done, your hair not done. Your hair nappy, your hair whatever. However you want to look. If you just want to look however the fuck you want to look, that's cool. Don't mind me. Let me not say nothing. God forbid I have a fucking opinion. Shit sounds stupid. But then these same women will turn around and say you want a male to be the head of household and want a dominant male and want a male who's going to be a leader. So you want me to be a leader, but then you turn around and want me not to have an opinion? You sound stupid as fuck. You sound dumb. Sounds dumb. Sounds dumb. You want me to be a leader but not have an opinion? Fuck out of here. Get that shit together. Get that shit together, then come back with something that's more realistic. So then maybe the men and women can have like a better dialogue as to a common ground. But your shit gotta be realistic. Like, make that shit realistic. Shit's not even, shit makes no fucking sense. Shut that stupid shit up into, like, fuck out of here.
Backdoor music. Come on, you know who I came with. I roll with the same clique. Bad bitches, yeah, you know.